What up, you guys? How you doing? This is Sam Sim in the building once again, and I am chilling. Black women, black men, what's good with you? I have a lot of good content for you guys, man, and I just been busy doing some things. Just we all have lives, and I had to interview a couple of people and read over a lot of paperwork and focus on some business prospects on my own terms, and just working out some things on my end, which I'll share with you guys very, very soon. But I wanted to just really just do a quick video in regards to the black men and black women who decided to be YouTubers. And the reason why I'm just saying it because of the platforms that these people have. And I read the comments after reviewing a lot of their videos, which, by the way, is clickbait. And if you guys don't know what clickbait is basically a title that will lure you into clicking the button so that the YouTuber can get a view. But I read a lot of the comments for these people, and the people who subscribe to them are, usually the ones who fall into the same category as being abused by black men or black women. And just starting off with the black women, I mean, they come in various ages. I'm starting to notice that the black women who do this are a little older than I am. Some of them are much older than I am. I ran into one woman; she was just straight out ratchet. But the titles that these women are using is like black men are irresponsible, black men need to get their shit together, black men are spreading diseases, shit like that, right? So when I question them about it, or even when I listen to the video, initially when I listen to the video, I'm understanding who they're talking about. They're talking about the thugs, and as I stated before, these are the type of guys that are not looking at these YouTube videos. These are the guys who are doing whatever. They're not interested in this type of dialogue. The type of dialogue that black women are talking about when you're describing these thugs, and they're not listening to the dialogue that people like myself, Jada Black, I don't know, I can go on and on, JR Wisdom, oh, um, just a ton of great YouTubers. Just a ton of them, like Ron Wells, a lot of guys who need to listen to this stuff are not listening to it. The ones who are listening to it are the black men who either woke up, or the black men who always knew this, the educated brothers who always knew, but they came on for validation. They came on YouTube to just confirm if their information was right, or they came on YouTube for answers. But going back to these damn titles, black men, black men, black men, black men. But when you listen to them and you read the comments of some of these people, they're all describing fucking losers. As one brother said in his YouTube video I watched a couple days ago, and I want to give him some credit because he really laid it down. He said that, um, basically, a lot of the thugs, they really don't care. They're going to continue to do what they're going to do. And I mean, that's it. Like, the only people that's going to take the fucking blame and the finger pointing is the educated brothers. And really, at the end of the day, the educated brothers don't care either. They don't care what you say. But it's sad that the women are doing this shit, and I don't know if they're doing it consciously or just inadvertently doing it. So what I did was I asked this one particular woman. I told her I understood where you were coming from. I understood what the message was, and I separated the type of brother that she was talking about. And yet she still continues to do videos titling it Black Men, Black Men, Black Men. So when I asked her again about it, she said, oh, I do that for a particular reason. And then automatically just ding, the light bulb hit in my head right there. You're doing it for views, but she's not as bad as this older lady that I ran into. She's on her YouTube channel. Motherfucker this, motherfucker that. Man, these niggas ain't shit. Man, y'all can date outside y'all race, motherfucker. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe that this woman is this old doing this shit. I mean, looking at her picture, she has a picture up, but she's not talking. It's just a picture of her on the avatar, so I'm not sure if that is her. It looks like an older version of Anita Baker, this particular lady. So if you not, guys know who I'm talking about, then you know. And she plays a lot of jazz music on her page. So when you listen to her video, she is describing the loser. Like my other boy said, the guy who's like between the ages of 35 and fucking 45, and he's behind the cash register at Wendy's. Or and I want to give this guy some credit, man, because he said some shit. He was like, these fucking dudes, when you see them, because I've actually did it myself. When you're driving through the drive-through at Burger King or something, you're trying to get a Whopper, you're going to Taco Bell or something, and you see these middle-aged black men behind the register or they're in the back on the line fixing some food. And the first thing that pops in your head when you're an educated brother is, wow, that guy must have been the shit when he was in high school. Man, the dude who said this I think his name is like Kenneth or something like that, man. Kenneth Black or something. I had to look him up, man. But he laid it down. I was laughing. I was geeked out when he said that. I was like, wow. But it's true. And if you notice, black men on these YouTube channels, they specifically divide themselves from the thug. All right? Like, they don't have any dealings with them because just like the black women, the black men were like disowned by these thug niggas. And then he also said a story which is similar to mine, where you had black men or thugs who got along together, but they may have joked around with the educated brother, like, oh man, you need to read all them damn books. Like, I had the same type of experience. I had the same exact experience, and it kind of helped me to have more of an edge and shit like that. And it helps you more with your confidence, and all of that helps out. So I still look at the educated lames and the thugs differently. I do believe that we do need to work together. But as far as the finger pointing, you can't point the finger at me. I didn't give any fucking girl any STDs, didn't get them pregnant. And these women know that. These women know. But the reason why they're talking about a lot of black men, the educated black men, is because they're looking at you guys with their noses turned up, just like this lady said. They have their nose turned up so high, they can drown in the rain. And I'm like, yeah, I'm one of the motherfuckers who do it. Whenever I see a woman that, I gotta get home so I can go and watch my show. Like, when I'm at work and I hear women talk like this, and I see the weave and I see the attitude, and I'm watching all the ratchetness that goes on. Yes, I don't speak to these girls. And when I see them on the street, like, if I don't know you, and most of the ratchet girls that I know, I met them through a mutual friend. I didn't just meet them on my own, like, oh shit, what I'm saying? What's up, ratchet girl? How you doing? And, we kick it. It's always through a mutual friend, and it's like, well, you know what? This is your friend. I'll go ahead and, accept her. Cool. You can let her in too. You know what I'm saying? That's how it is. And then I eventually become soft-hearted to the ratchet girl, not fucking her, but I become soft-hearted as a friend, like, okay, well, yeah, that's cool, you can bring the kids over, they can come play the video games over by my crib or something shit, while we bullshitting around, doing something else, like, usually I'll have friends come over and we'll take and chill, listen to music, play dominoes or something, and some of them chicks are ratchet females that I've known, for quite some time. No, I don't fuck them. Some of them have made advances, but I don't fuck them. And I don't stick my nose all in the air like, I'm better than you. No, I try to help them to get their shit together. And I show examples so that they can understand, well, yeah, I understand why, this brother doesn't want to speak to me because, he's nothing like how my baby daddy is. And this is the way you're supposed to live. This is the way you're supposed to treat people. And I'm talking to the educated lames right now. I'm not saying go and procreate with these nasty ratchet ass women, but just find the good in them and just stick with that and try to help them to do better. Just find some kind of common ground. But the black women on these YouTube channels, I find some of them, they are great. Like your girl, her name is Jobs. Me and her, we're friends on YouTube as well. She has a lot of stuff about health and hair. Esther Speaks is pretty good. There's a few of them. I mean, they're wearing their hair natural. They're speaking with common sense. I met a girl yesterday after I got off. I met a girl on YouTube yesterday, And she made a response on one of my videos as well. After listening to hers, I made a comment on her video because she was talking about the state of black women. I mean, I listen to all of this stuff. I listen to it so I can get the answers and confirm if it's the same reasoning that I have. You know, like I would never ever bash and point the finger at all black women, but for these particular two black women that I'm referring to, and one of them I had a problem with before. I had a problem with her, and I made response videos to her before. But when I asked her, I said, you know, why are you doing this? Why are you putting all black men in one category? And she said, oh, hey, I'm doing it for a reason. It's because of the views. It's because you want more views and more subscribers, and who are subscribing to your shit are the women who have been affected and have been abused by these fucking thugs. So yeah, now all of a sudden, I mean, some of these women, they just don't have it all the way in their head. So yeah, now they see all black men as being fucked up. And I see it too when I go to the workplace. A lot of these women I don't fuck with, but they fucked around with losers, and you know it's true because like they always coming around. Like another female who works right in the office right next to me. She you know, gets these ratchet black women who are her so-called friends, you know, but then later on what she'll do is she'll talk to her other friends and laugh about them. But there's this one particular girl, you know, and I'll say her last name. Her last name is Dean. And this girl has a fucking son. And her son is bad. Like every time when she comes over to the supervisor's desk or the supervisor's offices, you know, she has these personal conversations. And this one particular black lady, she's a single mother as well. She's like in her mid-50s. And, you know, they're having these conversations. Miss Dean is like, you know, she's just like 33, 34 years old. But when she has these conversations with her matriarchal supervisor, it's always, yeah, man, you know, I got to go pick up a little Johnny from school. You know, he just got suspended again. I mean, this boy is only like 7, 8 years old. And every time when she comes up to the desk, oh yeah, you know, he's fighting. He had a fight with one of the kids in school. You know, the teacher said he was bullying one of the kids, and this girl that I'm talking about, she's ratchet at work. Like she's a bully at work. But every time when I hear her, it's always some fucked up shit about her little kid, her son, or it's about her dating some ratchet ass nigga who just got out of jail. Or it's like, you know, because she wants to play both sides. Like, she wants to be butch and also fuck around with niggas. So if you're butch and fucking around with niggas, it's obvious that the niggas that you're fucking with are losers. And then she's not attractive at all. She's like this heavy set, red bone chick with a bunch of freckles and bumps, and she wears weave in her hair too. You know? So it's what you see all the time. Like this one woman I'm talking about, this YouTuber woman who always titles her shit black men, black men, black men, and it always resorts and defaults back to the thug. This same fucking woman, you know, she has been affected as well. You know, she's been affected, single mom type shit, and all of a sudden all black men are fucked up. All black men are bad. You know? But I give the brothers credit, bro. I give a lot of the brothers a lot of credit because they're not on here pointing the finger at all the women, all the black women. I give them credit for that shit. But this one particular black woman, like all she does is she comes on YouTube and she shows these graphs and she shows these percentages. And you know, like, this is valid information. Black women, you know, we've decreased as far as single parenting. Great! That's awesome. You know, I don't knock it. I like shit like that. I'm cool with it. But don't post the shit as to say, well, you know, look at all the black men. Look at all the unwed children that they're having. All the unwed relationships that they're having their children with, compared to black men. Look, it don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? It don't matter. There are some people on both sides who are just fucked. And I noticed that. Like, I have a list of the black people who I can build with and the type of black people that I cannot build with. And I have no problem with it. Ratchet women, I can't build with them. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, maybe once they get at a certain age, I can build with them, but I'm not talking about build a family. I'm talking more about building a community. There is no room for a relationship. Seriously. And man, even with me being middle-aged, like, will I date outside my race? Is it easier for me to find fucking 28, to 34-year-old single, no children, Asian woman? Yes. I run into them all the time. I have a few friends that are fucking Asian with no kids. Hispanic, yes. It's not as much, is the Asian girls that I see, or even the white girls. But yes, black women, no. No, it's not. It's hard. It's very hard. Which I have a problem with a lot of older men thinking that they're going to fuck around with these 18, 19-year-old girls and shit like they're entitled. I've never come across a video like that, but I've heard a lot of black women talk about it. And when I find out who these people are, I'll talk to them as well. I'll talk about them too. But since I haven't heard about it directly, I'll just state my view on that shit. Personally, I don't go for it because I have nieces now that are like, what? The oldest niece I have is 24 going on 25 years old. And the other one is like 23. My siblings had their children young. I don't have any kids. But I would never, ever, tell my niece, my 24-year-old, not my 24-year-old niece, but when she was 19, I would never, ever tell her, to go and date some fucking 34, 35 and up year old man. No, find somebody your own age. And if you can't, then maybe, you know what I'm saying? And if the family approves of it and you guys, talking and he's a genuine guy and he's, open and shit and he doesn't have any fucking baggage, then maybe. But 19, no. I couldn't, any man who thinks like that has to be fucking slapped in the face. And that's just the God honest truth. So for me to say, well, I'm going to date outside of my race, no, if I'm building a black community, I can't do that. I can't do that because I'm going to have a lot of ratchet women. I can't fucking listen to you. Look at you. You going to bring this fucking white bitch or this Hispanic bitch or this Asian bitch around here and you're talking about cleaning up the community. No, but see, if I leave them all alone, and this is not any MGTOW shit neither, but if I leave them all alone and just focus on it because I have a plan for future generations to, reap the benefits of what I'm building, then cool. Maybe along the line there'll be a statue of me or some shit. Then that's cool. That's the sacrifice that I'll have to take and make. But will I be upset in the process? Fucking right. Because, every man wants to build a family and leave a legacy behind. You know what I'm saying? But you can't leave a legacy behind with a lot of women that just want to control shit, which I understand why they want to control and why they are even in the position in most cases to control. But when it comes down to Mother Nature, and that's what it really is, you're going against laws of nature. When you say that, oh, I'm going to let him think that he's making the rules and see black men want to make the rules and okay, this is going off to this fucking old lady who, every time when she ends a sentence, she ends it off with, motherfucker, right? And she plays the jazz music in her background. So, when she made the comment that a lot of the thugs, the reason why they get the black women, because the educated brothers are weak, and the educated brothers are so busy focusing on themselves, focusing on their education, focusing on their career, where they never ever consider the woman. They never consider the woman's goals and the woman's plans and ambitions. Now, if these men are really, really thinking like that, then that's fucked up as well. But, nature is set for men to provide, men to go out and hunt and to build, and the women basically nurture the children. And we're living in different times now where women are able to do more things, but physically, let's just look at the physics of it. There are certain things that men can do that women cannot. I've even heard stories of skinny niggas, skinny men, being fucking told by heavy set fat black women, like, he better not ever touch me, he better not ever hit me. And there's a reason why, because even that skinny guy, he can probably beat the fuck out of this fat girl because of the testosterone level that he has as a man. You know what I'm saying? So, we understand why you guys feel so independent, but for a guy to just, get all the pussy that he wants, and just because, he doesn't have as much, because that's what it is at the end of the day. I really do believe it has nothing to do with tuning in with the woman's emotions, because when these women, they see these guys on the initial, they have the nice car, they got the rims, they got the jewelry and all of this. You know, it has nothing to do with that. You looking at this guy because he has money and so-called resources. So what is wrong for, this educated brother to build himself up so that he can have his resources legally? Oh, it's because of the thug he has more of an edge. But then they resort back to say, oh, well, he's more emotional. He can tune in with my emotional side. Well, if that's the case, then why the fuck aren't you married to him? And then she goes off into say, well, the men that are married, they can tune into women's emotions. That's why they're married. Not all the case. I mean, there's always that fucking reputation as a married man when it comes amongst his friends. It's like, oh, well, yeah, you're married now. You're trapped, You have to listen to what your wife says and all of that shit. For white men, it's more, and even other races, it's more of a consideration type thing. I mean, I've gone to black weddings, and even when when the pastor says, "Till death do you part," will you love and cherish her? Would you love and obey her? When it gets to the obey part, these niggas freeze up, and you hear everybody in the congregation, everybody in the audience laugh, and he's always like, and she's looking at him like, yeah, he's saying you have to obey me. That's how the woman is looking at it, and he's like, oh, well, okay, I'll obey. And even in the aftermath of a lot of these marriages that I'm talking about, these women are cheating. I can get to some personal shit, like it is fucking terrible. I mean, I know some women I know couples in their 50s right now who are married, and the wife is cheating on the husband, and the husband is like getting sick, and he has respiratory problems and shit, and these women out there fucking around with other guys and shit. Sad, bruh. Real sad. So, the whole situation as far as like black women putting all black men into one category, when you see these guys, and I'm talking to the black women too, and the black women who know what's up, the black women who speak to black people as a whole, they know the flaws that each particular side has, and they can weigh their views and make a strong critique, a nice analysis, just generalizing everything and not just putting all the blame on just the larger category of black men. Those women I respect. But the other ones who have these titles for the views, I mean, you really want to know how I think about it? I think that these guys are dependent on these views and these subscribers so that they can pay their bills. How about that? How about that? So, let me go ahead and get off of this shit, man. So I got a lot of stuff to do today. I just got a call from one of my friends who works at this corporation downtown, and we used to work together at a firm, and he quit, and he's a white guy, executive, and he decided to quit, and he worked for this new company that just started out in like 2009, I believe, and I don't know if they're on the Fortune 500 or not, but I know they got a commercial for the World Series like last year or something like that. You want me to come down there and check them out and have lunch and shit with him, and his secretary who I met a couple weeks ago, and I think I spoke about it in another video, and it's a white blonde chick, man. Nice white pretty teeth. I was like, wow, but they were cool. These are cool. I've been knowing this guy for a while, man. Me and him, we used to go out dating a lot because he likes black women. He likes the smart, educated black women. Which I mentioned in another video how a lot of white men, this is just before I leave, a lot of white men that I know who date outside of the race, who date black women, who have nothing else to do with white women anymore. And I'm serious. I'm going to get into that in depth. But a lot of these white guys do not fuck with black women who wear weave. You know what I'm saying? They just don't. Leave your thoughts and comments on that. But if I run across a black man on here who's putting all black women in one spot, then yeah, I'll get on them. But the sisters on here who don't wear weave and who don't keep their hair all permed up and shit. I study them too. I study them hard because I want to know what type of man you're looking for as well. Like on the initial, I usually think that these women are looking for, intelligent, smart, educated, well-to-do, or at least black men with heavy ambition. But when they start talking about that swirling and shit, or when I find out that they have a white counterpart and they're on here speaking about the black community, I unsubscribe them. I'll leave my thoughts and comments about them, and I'll unsubscribe them because the black community is at a detrimental state right now. And we don't need people masquerading. We don't need people masquerading for motherfucking views. And subscribers. That shit is you're just as bad as the mainstream media that's out here making black folks look like shit. You're no better than Young Thug. You're no better than Queen Bee. You're no better than any other ratchet female that's on Housewives. You're no fucking better. You know what I'm saying? So, black men too. I mean, if you on here putting all black women in one fucked up bubble, then it goes out to you as well. Because black women feel offended by that shit. Just like black men feel offended when they see motherfucking shit like, oh, black men are just spreading diseases to every woman they touch. It's bullshit. And you know it's bullshit. So I'm going to just end the video right here, man. I'm sorry for the rant, you guys. I appreciate it if you stayed around for the rant. But it's just the facts, man. You come to my channel, I'm going to speak the real. I'm going to speak the real, and I'm going to give you the facts. And I'm also going to share the experiences with you. I'm at an age now where I have seen a lot of things. I have made decisions. I've made mistakes in life. I've made wise decisions in life. You're talking to a man right now who could either be dead or in jail. You're talking to a man right now who you could have possibly even seen, famous. Seriously, I could be one of those guys in the fucking list of rappers and shit that you talk about. I have a lane for that. I have friends who are rappers, who are well-known fucking rappers. Okay? Like, there's several lanes that I could have gone in. And I chose the lane for assisting the black community because it was always in me, and I've always battled that with myself. Like, damn, should I be this way and change the type of person that I really am? Okay? I've gone through it. I've gone through the rejection of black women because, I didn't have my shit together. I've gone through the rejection of black women because, oh, well, you're kind of quiet and you keep to yourself, you seem kind of lame. I went through the shit like, oh, you don't have an edge. You're not a bad boy. Then, here comes the bad boy, and then all of a sudden, like, all the girls are flocking. I went through that shit. And I've even gone through the shit where I said, well, damn, should I shit on them like how they shitting on me? I'm like, you know what? No, don't shit on them. Just don't fuck with them. That's it, Sam. Just do not fuck with them. And that's what I did. So if you're going to follow these people, man, just don't follow them just because you got abused or you just feel some certain way against all black women. Because honestly, I get mad when I see black women walking around with kids and no father and shit. And they still in the dating game and their kids is not even 10 years old. I get mad when I see shit like that. Then I also get mad when I hear women who have kids, some of these kids are in their teens and they want a guy who has no kids. I get pissed off when I see shit like that. Just like I get mad if I was to hear a fucking old guy talking about fucking around with some young chick. But at the end of the day, I want to end it off with this. Black women, y'all need to know something. Like, honestly, a lot of women are chosen by their youth and their beauty. Why does Donald Trump have him a young chick every time he turn around? Why is Donald Trump always fucking around with women a couple decades younger than him? Why? Because he has money and resources. Why Hillary Clinton or Oprah can't pull a young guy? You know why? With all the money they have, they're just not based off of their money. They're not based off of their resources and their money. No, it's going to be based off of youth and beauty. The only guy that's going to accept him is a guy who doesn't have much going on for himself. And that's just the God honest truth. Would I fuck a woman like Oprah at the age I am now? Hell no. I know an older guy who would have fucked her. I know an older guy whose dream, rest in peace. I know an older guy, that was his dream. You know, to eventually make it big, you know, because he was an engineer. He taught me a lot. And, you know, we were on the verge of doing some major shit before he died. But that was one of his goals, to eventually get in that circle and be able to meet Oprah and eventually fuck around with Oprah. Real talk, real story. And it probably could have happened because, I mean, this guy died in 2009, and unfortunately after he died, there was a lot of opportunities that did open up for him, and you know, the opportunities came, and he was already dead, and the people who were providing the opportunities and providing the recognition for him, they were just in shock that this man passed away with so much work left behind. So I'm just gonna leave it like that, man. And I'm sorry for ranting for you guys too. I'm just so sorry for that, but I got some decent material coming up real soon. Let me get out of here. Great day, and I hope you guys have a great week as well. This is Sam Sim. Peace.